job was something that we wanted, and just very happy that it came to fruition. Also want to thank the people at the University of Denver, especially my staff and players. Wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for them, and I'll be a Pioneer for life.
Earlier this year, the DU Pioneers men's hockey team lost their head coach of 5 years, Jim Montgomery, to the NHL. Monty was hired as the new head coach of the Dallas Stars. So when DU began a search for their new head coach, they interviewed candidates from across the nation. But lucky for them, the best man for the job was right under their nose.
On Tuesday, May 29th, David Carle was officially introduced as the 9th head coach in DU Pioneers history.
I feel extremely honored and privileged to take on this challenge.
Carle's ascension to the top of the DU bench started 10 years ago when his hockey career was suddenly put on ice. At the age of 18, Carle, who was working out at the NHL Combine, was diagnosed with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, an enlargement of his heart muscle, meant his playing days were over.
When you went through everything that you went through with the health issues, could you have imagined this is where your hockey career would end up?
No, I wouldn't have, not in a million years. Everything's happened much quicker than I had originally anticipated. In 2008, I really didn't even know if I wanted to be a coach.
Before his diagnosis, Carle had signed a letter of intent to play hockey at DU. Then head coach George Gwajcicki decided to honor Carle's scholarship, and instead of skating on the ice with his classmates, Carle began serving as a student assistant coach. Following graduation, he moved to Green Bay, where he spent a season and a half with the Gamblers of the USHL.
Under control.
Then in January of 2014, he returned to DU and spent the next 4.5 seasons coaching under Jim Montgomery, the man he now replaces.
What did you learn from Monty, having time, spending time on the bench with him?
Yeah, with Monty, I think the couple things come to mind. His ability to prepare throughout the week, how much time he really spends preparing for opponents, spending time on things that we need to improve upon as a team. The second piece would be how to build a team from the start of the year to the end of the year. His ability to have quote-unquote fourth line guys feel the same value that a first line guy or a power play guy has was incredible. And so that ability to always do things with a team first mindset and a family first mindset is something that I really took away and that we will look to continue here as a part of our culture.
Carle and Montgomery have a shared admiration for one another. No one was a bigger advocate for Carle's hiring as head coach than the same guy who hired him as an assistant coach 4.5 years earlier.
I thought I was the best person for the job, and it's a seamless transition. I know he's ready. I know how talented he is, and I know how much he helped me through all the victories we had together.
115 victories to be exact, including one in the 2017 National Championship game. And while Montgomery has moved on, his successor thinks there will be many more celebrations to come.
What's realistic expectations in your first year as a head coach?
I think we're a national tournament team. I think we're going to surprise people. We're an underdog in some people's eyes, but we have the talent, I think the character within our room to make some noise and to take people by surprise.
Thanks to Michael Spencer for that. At 28 years old, David Carle is the youngest head coach in NCAA Division I hockey history. But as you can tell, Carle is wise beyond his years and could be the perfect fit to carry on the Pio's prestigious hockey legacy.